Alright. So... my thing... my speakers just stopped working. Alright. Let me just set this up.
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, can you? Hold on. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay. I forgot that I have this push to talk.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier.
Alright, let me set this up. Alright, did you do your homework and get the rule book too?
I haven't, but I could probably pull it up. That way I can reference it.
Yeah, it's like 20 pages or so. Alright, the table is set up. Alright. We're gonna do... what's its name? Aeon's End. So that should be interesting. Alright, pretty much I already set up the first boss and its deck and all that, so you don't have to do that. Honestly, all you need to do now is to choose your character, and I'll get rid of the two that we don't use. And I can go through certain things here. Like, the deck, for example, if you look at the character card, there is starting hand and starting deck. This is not like a random deck building per se, like they're all in a very specific order, and as you play it you can put them in the order you want. There's no shuffling on your deck. So if you look at starting hand, let's say I'm looking at this guy Adelheim or whatever, it says 1 amethyst shard, 2 crystal, 2 sparks. So that means that like and starting in deck 5, that's not necessarily a good example, but let's say the starting hand was his deck. Then that would mean the amethyst shard needs to be at the top, followed by the 2 crystal, followed by the 2 sparks.
Okay, so it's not like you put all 5 and shuffle.
Correct. When you play them, you can put them in the order you want. So, yeah, you can just do that. Nah, nobody's winning yet. That's a co-op one. I don't know if you remember this
so
from
those start
packs.
in my starting hand anyway, right?
Yeah, the one that says starting hand would start in your hand. Yeah, if you change character, it'll look much different. It'll de-zoom here. I'm gonna play, I think this one. He's in there. He's right here. I'm gonna get rid of all of that. It takes too much space. And we're only two of us. So we're gonna get rid of all of that.
Okay, so is that the character you're gonna play then, Mist?
Yep. I don't want to know. Well, you can look at his stream, you'll know. That should tell you. So yeah, the only other thing I did not do too is build a market. So technically you decide what you put there. Can always do their suggested deck, so we don't have to think about it. Alright, so I need 3 crystals, 6 crystal total.
Alright, I'm gonna try Kadir.
Alright. Mm, 6 crystal. 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I'm not gonna group that. What else am I missing? 1 garnet shard. Okay, so this is my hand. There we go. And 1 spark. That's like a spell. So everybody's a mage in this game, pretty much. So 3 crystals first. And then those 2, those 2 on top. Oh, come on. Can you just...
So in my starting deck, it says that I have 3 crystals and 2 sparks. Those get shuffled, and then the hand isn't shuffled?
No, none of it gets shuffled. So you have to think the leftmost part is on the top.
Okay.
And I'll just, while you're doing this, I'll just do the market, and we can go from there. That should not take me a long time. I'm just gonna look at the rulebook. Alright, so now we're gonna build a market, which is built with specific items. You have to do 3 gems, 2 relics, and 4 spells. So we're gonna do the deck destruction. We could do free charge too, but I don't know. I don't know enough about this game yet. I played it once and I lost, but I did not play it perfectly, so that could have been why. Bottle vortex. Okay. Jade, Searing Ruby, and Burning Opal. Yeah, it's not here. Jade. Jade is my last one. But yeah, this is our first time co-op for this one. And then we have the spells. Amplify Vision. Consuming Void. Planner Insight. And the last one is Sand Stuff. Okay, so I'll go through this real quick. The main thing that sometimes can be confusing at first is just the breach part. So, see, like how you have an open breach, and then you have a bunch of close, right? So the open one, that means you can prepare a spell on it, and usually you cannot use the spell right away. You have to prepare it first, and then on the next turn you can cast it, unless you have a card that lets you cast it right away. There's one in the game, like I think I have one in my hand right now. The Garnet Shard. Mine lets me do that. But to have more spell available at a time, you want to open your breach. It tells you how much ether it costs you. Ether, you can get that through cards. Like, the cards will tell you how much you give of them. Okay, when you zoom it in, when you alt it, it's not showing it properly. Technically, you know how it looks like it's circling around, like where the arrow is ending and is beginning is what's really at the bottom. So it tells you like 2 to open. So when you open a breach, it stays open during the whole duration of the game. But it costs you ether to open them. So let's say you don't want to open them right away. You're like, well, I think a good example is, let's say, here, the last one. It costs you 7 ether to open, but you're like, well, I have a spell here. I want to use it now. So you can focus the breach, and then you can put your spell in. And when it's focused, you have to use the spell now. While when it's just open normally, then you have to wait the next turn.
Okay, so that would cost 7 to open it then? Because I guess it would rotate it, because it shows like, what's the 4 then?
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the 4 is the first one, right? So technically, yeah, when you alt it, it's not looking the right way. So if we look at which one were you looking at? The last one? Okay, so the last one. So it's 4 to open. Okay, and in this case, there's no really reason to focus unless you really want... Well, actually, there is. If you want to cast now, that's really what it is. Let's say you're in trouble. We're in trouble. We need to cast now. Then you could use focus, which it costs you 4. So when you want to focus, then you would have to turn it clockwise, I think. Like, you have to do it like 90 degrees. But then, if you do that, yeah, you get to focus. But if you want to open it now, you have to do 7 instead of 4. So focus lets you use it immediately. That's the big difference. So it's really a oh shit, I guess, thing to focus.
I'm sure it'll make sense when I see it used.
Yeah, so I kind of had the same thing with it. I was kind of confused at first, but eventually it gets... Yeah, you'll get it. I mean, yeah, focus is just so you can use it now. And if you go to the book, it'll tell you too. I think I don't know if the player turn thing at the bottom tells you. But anyway, it's set up otherwise, so we can start. So this boss here, I set it up, but he had to have his unleash option gets pop up right away. So he gains 1 fury token. That will affect certain things as we get cards.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's just get it started. So this here on the left, that's the kind of initiative deck, I guess you could say, to do the order of play. So there's 2 cards for each of us, and then there's 2 cards for the boss. So let's just get started and go from there.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so I'm player 2, so I get to start. So I'll do that. So me, I have a spark, which lets me deal 1 damage, and then I have a couple of things here. So what I could do is start damaging this guy right away, right? So I could go and use my open breach and put my spark on it, which that's what I'm gonna do. And I didn't really go through that, but we lose when Gravehold, I think that's the name, Art's Town gets to 0. So the blue counter here, that's its life, and 70, it's the boss life. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Garnet Shard. As I can decide to use it to gain an ether. Ether, you have to use that turn, otherwise you lose them. So I'm gonna do cast any player prep spell. So I'm gonna do 1 damage to the boss.
All right.
There we go. So now I have 3 more ether left. So I could do a couple things here. So if you look at your card, you have like at the bottom here, this part over there, you have your ability. Oh, and I forgot to put our lives in. Haha. Okay, we'll do that afterwards. So you can buy ether in once. So mine is divine augury, for example, and you see there is at the bottom the 22222. You can use ether, 2 ether, to buy a charge, and once you have 5 charge, then you can use that spell.
Okay.
So let me put the life. So we start with 10 lives each. Just gonna put his life here. I kind of completely skipped.
So obviously the market is where we can buy stuff, right?
Yep.
Where do we put the cards when we acquire them?
In your hand.
Okay, they just go straight in your hand.
Yep.
So it's not really a deck builder.
Well, what do you mean?
Okay, so it goes in my hand, and let's just say I use it. Does it go away, or does it get shuffled back in after my discard pile is empty?
So
Or my hand is empty?
your discard pile does not get shuffled either. You decide in which order it goes in your discard pile. So you could put it in a way that a card would come first.
Okay, so there's no shuffling at all. It's just like everything you decide. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of puts a strategy there that depending of what the boss has active, you might say, well, I want to make sure that this comes first in my deck. Because there is sometimes abilities, too, that will make you discard cards. So you also have to keep that in mind and say, well, you know, if we're unlucky and the boss is next, then I might lose those 2 cards. So what should I do here with the way I put my card and something like that. Very fancy. Well, I'm gonna go and use 2 of my crystals to gain a charge. That's in that little green bag.
All right.
And when you're done with doing everything, then you can go ahead and recharge. I did use my spark spells. I need to put that in my discard as well. And yeah, you just draw back to 5.
Okay.
At minimum, you know, you could end up with more cards from someone else, for example. So now we just flip that deck and see who's next. Alright, so now it's the Nemesis. So we have to go through his phase, which is, in this case, it's the main phase. There's no effect right now, so now we get to draw the card. Okay, so this is a power, alright? So when you get a power, he has a power 3. So what that means is that after 3 turns of his turn, the effect will resolve. So you go ahead and you put 3 counters, and every time we resolve his card, we have to remove a counter, and when there's 0, then we need to resolve the card and get rid of it, if it's a power.
Okay. I mean, it's all making sense, right? It seems kind of crazy.
Yeah, the concept is very interesting, but yeah, it's I would dare say it's not easy. So now pretty much here, I'm pretty sure that's it. You know, if there is, depending on the card, it will tell you what to do. Let's see, this, like, if it says immediately, then you don't have a choice. You have to do the action immediately.
Okay, so that was a power, right? That wasn't an attack?
No, so that power, yeah, it will resolve in 3 of his turn. So in this case, there's nothing else we can really do. You know, we can kind of, well, we can kind of say, well, we can decide who's gonna take the most damage by who's gonna have the most prep spell, for example. You know, things like that. But some powers are different. I think there is some power possibly you can get to discard. So it's things to to pay attention to. But as we see the card, we can go into that.
So what's the exhausted part at the end of the Nemesis turn? Maybe look at the card down here. It says exhausted.
That's if we are exhausted.
Okay.
If 2 players are exhausted, then the game ends. We lose. But if there is only one of us that is exhausted, then there is stuff for exhausted too. If you're exhausted, there will be certain things that happen. Me, I played solo, so as soon as I'm exhausted, I'm dead. But if you two players, then it's not the same way.
Alrighty.
So I win again, and now it's player 1, so that's you.
Okay, so I'm going to do the same. I'm going to prepare my spell, because my spell can stay prepared, right?
Yeah, it can stay there. Technically, when it's prepared, unless when it's prepped, you cannot use it that turn. You have to use it the next turn, unless you have a card that lets you do that. Like mine, for example, I had one of those, like that. You could decide what to do. So yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to spend 2 to buy this jade.
That goes back in his hand.
And I don't think there's anything else I can do, really.
Alright, so you can draw back to a 5. Alright, so my turn here. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep my spell. I'm gonna go ahead and prep my second breach here. It costs 3 ether to do that.
Okay, so you flipped it instead of rotating it?
Because that one was not open. When you open it, you flip it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it for me. I'll just draw back. So here, technically, I might get to use one and prep a second one, so that's not bad. Alright, that's your turn.
Okay, so now I can cast my spell.
Yep. So I'll reduce his health by 1.
Okay, I'll spend the jade to do 1 charge. So I can spend 2 and open this, right?
That one is 3. The focus is 2, I think. Well, hold on. No, it's 2. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I hate. When you alt it, it's not showing the correct way. It's annoying.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but... So it's whatever's facing down, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. When you just look at the card normally.
Alright, and that's my turn.
Alright, he's drawing back. He doesn't need to tell him. Okay, so now our nemesis goes. So now in this case, what you do always first is you resolve any cards that is there from the oldest to the newest. So as we get new cards, you move that one forward. So you lose 1 power. So in 2 turns, this will activate. Oh my god. And now we draw his next card.
So we do that discard right away, right? Or
no,
how we get rid of it?
The discard is for us to get rid of it. So we could discard 3 cards, say I'm getting rid of this power, so we don't get that that effect of 3 or 4 damage. So that's a bad effect. So we probably, like, I could probably maybe do that myself. So I could, like, on my turn or your turn, if you go first, you could say I'm discarding 3 cards to get rid of this power, so we don't take 4 damage.
Okay.
So now once that's done, you just turn it and you shuffle it. So could be him twice this time. No, it's you.
Okay, so I will discard to get rid of that. And I will cast 2 spells, or prepare 2 spells, I guess. Maybe I don't want to.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think he's gonna go twice before I do. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, one of us will have to take that damage either way. But there's like there's a card in the market. It costs like 5 ether that makes you heal and stuff like that. So.
Okay, so now I just flip my discard pile.
Yep, and you don't shuffle it. No shuffle in this game. It's actually your turn again.
Okay, so my spells go off.
Yep, you can. So that's 2, right?
Yep.
Because there's like the 3rd and 4th breach. That one has an extra damage on it, just so you know.
Okay, so how do breaches get closed again?
They don't.
Okay, that seems easy enough then.
Yeah, once they're activated, you know, you can just do it. I mean, we're not in trouble right now, so, you know, it's not like you have to focus them. It's just like if you focus them, then usually it'll cost you more ether if you want to open it for good, you know.
So, okay, it costs 3 to focus. The one I'm looking at now, it costs 3 to focus, but why does it say 5 to open, 7 to open, 9 to open, 3 to open? Like, it's weird how there's different.
Okay,
so for opening.
So 3 open is to open it for good, right? Focus, what it does, it's still a closed breach. What it does though is that, so let's say you decide to focus it, right? Okay, you said, well, you know, like instead of opening it, you decide to focus it because you need to cast your spell now. You don't want to wait next turn. You want to cast it now. That's when you would focus.
I get that part,
yep.
But I don't get the different numbers on the outside.
Well, that's to open it for good. So now what would happen is like, okay, so right now if you decide, well, I just want to open it normally, right? I know that I won't be able to cast my spell. That's fine. So you just open it and that's it. Now, if you decide to focus it, so it's a little bit like a penalty because you say, "Well, I'm gonna focus it so I can do my spell now."
I get it now. Yeah, because then it costs more every time you focus it.
Exactly. So yeah, it's good now, but it's gonna cost you more to open it for good, and you know, So yeah, you only focus if you really have to, I guess.
No, that makes sense.
Gotta zoom in a little bit.
So technically I have 5. Maybe I should buy something.
I like that Aeon staff. I think it's a pretty nice one. It's deal 3 damage, so if you can open that 3rd and 4th breach, it's pretty good.
Which one? Sorry.
The Aeon staff, the one I'm on. Aeon staff, the one I'm on. It's like, yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so does the market replenish when we buy stuff?
No.
So there's only ever 9 cards we can buy.
Correct.
That's interesting. Alright, that's my turn.
You bought something? Is that what you did? You bought something?
Yeah, I bought something for 4.
Okay, I just missed it. Okay, cool. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna prep a second spell. And I'm gonna... Actually, no, you have to cast your spell first, technically. I'm gonna cast this one. And then I'm gonna prep this spell, and I'm gonna use my shard to use it now. There we go. What do we have here?
So people were trying to get into my stream, and they couldn't get to it because it kept going to Serendity's stream.
I thought the hosting was like as soon as you go, it stops.
Yeah, usually it does. And I'm just looking, and when I started my stream, it didn't stop hosting them.
Yeah, it used to be like that in the past, like a year or 2 ago. I remember that being an issue, but not lately.
Yeah, it was the first time I just got a message from someone saying they were trying to get into my stream.
Well, yeah, mine apparently I think worked, so it was working. Anyway, that's my turn. I just put another chart out there. Did someone shuffle something? Anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna activate those cards. Alright, so cleave, Regborn, strike. So this is different. So now we have to do the strike option on this card, which is draw a card from the strike deck and resolve it. So I'm gonna do that. It's like that little deck right over it. Any players are first 4 damage. Alright, so yeah, one of us needs to get damaged by 4. I can get damage. It doesn't really matter who of us it is.
Okay, I do have a heal 1 spell, so... Or I guess it's not a spell, it's a gem.
Ah, perfect. So that's it. So now that strike goes back into the deck. And what else happens here? Rageborn lose 3 Fury tokens, so it doesn't have any Fury. Some stuff will add Fury token, and then it can be trouble. So yeah, after you do the strike, you can put the strike back into the strike deck, and that you can shuffle. It's fine. But the strike here will stay there. So every turn now that he goes, he will strike us with something different, the same. You know, we don't know. We'll see. Alright, I go. And then that'll be him next. Okay, so I have 4. Oh, focus your close bridge with the lowest focus cost. It's not bad. But that's gonna be useful, what, once? Alright, well, I'm gonna use the spell, of course, and damage him 1. I'm gonna prep another spell. What was that one? Actually, we'll do it twice. If we can make him to be stronger. So my dude, when she does her attack, her special attack, it gets you to draw 4 cards. So if you want to get a lot of the good stuff in the market, maybe I can focus on doing that. It could make you very powerful. You know, you have a lot of options.
Yeah, mine's pretty interesting because it'll help with spells if you have a lot of spells in your discard pile.
And it can be you, I think, right? It doesn't have to be another player.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice.
I
Very
assumed
good.
it was other player.
Oh, I could have opened one. That's right. We'll open one next turn.
So yeah, I'll use this 1 so you can heal 1.
Well, okay, that's a, what is that? Hold on, that's a card. You can't, it's now your turn, so you can't just use it.
Oh, sorry, I forgot it wasn't back and forth.
Yeah. It's all
Right.
good. Yeah, it's actually the Nemesis now, so now his Bleed Static will go through. The player with the most prep spells suffer 2 damage for each of their prep spell. So we both get, well, actually, one of us takes 2 damage. You decide which one it is.
Well, I might as well take it.
But now we get to discard that card. But now we'll get, oh, yeah, we'll get cleaved. Actually, yeah, we draw afterwards. So we'll do the Rageborn Strike. The player with the lowest life gets damaged by 2. I think that's me. So I'm at 4 life now. Great.
Yeah, Sky seems pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's not. Apparently, it's really not an easy game.
So how does the Gravehold counter get taken down?
There'll be attacks to it, and if you're exhausted and you take damage, that's where the damage goes to. So we're like the protector of it, I guess. But yeah, some cards, you'll see, like, there will be minions that sometimes that's where they do damage to if they're alive. Alright, attacks, I'm pretty sure they happen now. So we do Unleash, and his Unleash is he gains 1 Fury token, And it says if there are 2 Nemesis turn order card in the turn order discard pile, unleash 2 additional time, which there is because that's the end of the deck. So we add to him 3 Fury token. And yeah, now we redo the deck. Oops. Alright, I go. Okay, I can't open anything. Alright, so I'll cast my spell. Damage him by 1. I'll use one of my spell now by using my gem. Doesn't really matter which one it is. I'm gonna keep it this time. I would like to open the 3rd one. So I'm not gonna use them. Because if I can, I'll use that essence stuff. Yeah, if you're not taking it, I'm on my next turn. I'll buy that essence staff, I'm thinking. Actually, I might open my breach first. I don't know. Anyway. Alright, Nemesis goes. How great.
I can see how luck can really screw you over here.
Alright, here, that's a good example here. See here? The strike that we did is Gravehold, suffer 5 damage.
Okay, so instead of attacking us, he attacks the city.
Pretty much, yeah. And then if that one goes to 0, then yeah, we're screwed. So I'll just put it back.
Well, if there's nothing left to save, we're not very good heroes, I guess.
Exactly. You lose 3 tokens. Alright, and now I'm resolving that 2nd card. So he gets a Fury token. And now I can draw the next card.
So how does he take Fury tokens then?
When he unleash. If the unleash is the ability, one of the card, that's what there is.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't really get to strike until there's a certain number of tokens on him?
No, he will strike anyway. So see here, since we have a strike card up, every time that it's his turn, he will strike. But you know, if there is more Fury token on him, sometimes he will hurt us more.
Oh, so okay, he'll do another strike at the end. It says.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, but because we have a strike, and we have an unleash right afterwards, usually he will use a lot of his Fury on this strike. So we're kind of lucky on the order here, I guess. But now he did unleash, so he's getting a Fury token, and Gravehold takes 3 damage. So yeah, it gets a little annoying here because every turn now he's gonna do this crap. Oh, and he goes again. How awesome is that?
Yeah, it's kind of weird that those cards don't go away.
Yeah, their attacks, they don't. He just gets more powerful as he goes on. I mean, so do we, but yeah, it's shitty.
See, I don't know, because it says draw a card from the strike deck and resolve it. Shuffle that card back into the strike deck.
Yeah, that's the strike deck. That's the top part. It's not this part.
Oh, it's not that part. Okay.
Yeah. So that one gets shuffled back in. The player with the lowest life takes 2 damage. That's me again.
And we were thinking one deck dungeon was difficult.
No, this is it. But now, because he strike, he lose 3 Fury tokens, or, you know, whatever is there. Oops. Now he unleashes, there is 2 of his cards in there, right? So you unleash 3 times. And then he unleashes again. And Gravehold 2 takes 3 damage. Oh, and then now he needs to add another card. Alright, here we have a monster. Okay, so this one is shitty, but he doesn't activate it until next turn. But he has 5 life, and Gravehold suffer damage equal to the number of Fury token Rageborn has.
It's like a...
What's that? Oh, wait a second. Something happened to him. But yeah, those don't activate until next turn, but they're trouble. We're gonna have to kill them. ASAP. So we have to get rid of those. And because he's unleashing like crazy mofo, this is trouble. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, it went down. Yeah, we'll just wait for him to come back. So, that'll be a couple minutes, guys. Not sure what's going on. I mean, he was talking, you know. I just saw some stuff. This guy said you should get her to teach you how to play Legendary. Because he's very unlucky with that. I mean, I've lost a couple of those games too. Alright, while we wait for him, I'll just go to the... get a drink. See what's up there. Not getting anything from him yet. Oh. Yeah. No, okay. He's in that. Just grab that. No, I got a drink and then I'll go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Internet crapped out. That's not cool. It's never cool. I'll give him a couple minutes. He hasn't said that he wasn't coming back or anything. Tangman Pro, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. I was not expecting that. I was like, ugh! Yeah, just waiting for a dungeon here. Hopefully he comes by, and we can keep playing. Come on, come on, come on, come on. He hasn't said that he wasn't. Oh, it looks like he might be coming back. I don't know. I'm just waiting here. I don't see his connection. His connection. His sub being back on yet. I gotta refresh. Let's see if he's there. Come on, man, are you here? Are you back? No, I don't see it. Because it says he's streaming board games, but I don't see him on here. Because I would like us to at least try to win this game. We're not in the best position here, but I mean, I guess it could be worse. I mean, I might have to go for this. 24 Gunslayer, thank you for the follow. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Ain't that fun, huh? Oh, those things, you know. Internets. I don't know how is the weather over there. It's been raining all day here today. And, you know, I was gonna go to vacation in Florida, and I might not be able to go because of this freaking hurricane. 2 weeks down the drain. Sucks. Canadian weather. It's all the Canadian weather. Come on, dungeon. You can make it. No, I guess not. Damn it. Was it my turn? No, I think I was talking about this guy. I'll wait. We'll wait. Otherwise, I'll finish it by myself with something. I'm not gonna stop streaming. I just started. Like, how many minutes ago? An hour. Yeah, tag, definitely, you know. Yeah, that's the thing. We're trying to see the good side of it is that it's happening before we leave instead of right in the middle of it. We were there 2 weeks, so I guess, you know, by the time our vacation would have ended, it would have ended, but, you know, who knows how bad it would have hit. You know, apparently it's a bad one, too. It's like, I'm sure we'll get the rain here, like the bad rain, so, no, you're absolutely right, you know. Exactly. That's what we were telling ourselves. You know, like it's like, yeah, you know, it's a lot of money lost, but money's money. Lives, you know, you don't get those back. Argon, thank you for the follow. Thank you guys. Trying to get them to do. I don't know if Dungeon has talked about it at all. We kind of talked it on and off, but we're thinking of maybe doing some kind of cool talk show, board game talk show here. I hope we can get to collaborate on that. That would be a lot of fun. I mean, we're already doing this, which is pretty cool. But getting to learn some more new games here. I think our next one was what's the name? You wanted to learn Dark Souls, and since I'm not going on vacation, I get to go play Dark Souls.
Right. I think I'm not broken anymore.
All right, awesome. For a moment, I forgot you were on Discord, and I was like, where is his voice coming from? Not in the game.
I am all around you.
Oh, jeez. Hey, I didn't tell you, but it looks like my vacation is gonna be canceled, so we're gonna have a lot of time to play Dark Souls if you want to.
Well, that's kind of shitty. I mean, yay for Dark Souls, but like...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's very shitty, but, you know, gotta see the good, right? At least it happened before we left for over there, because apparently it's supposed to be a very bad one.
Yeah, it's looking that way. I have a few friends that way, and they say it's gonna go all the way through Florida up to South Carolina.
Yeah, we might get some rain from it, and maybe here, but it's alright. Yeah.
I'm just reopening OBS because it crashed. So.
Yep. Yeah, I'm waiting on you. We're all good. Alright, so once he gets here, keep going. And now he's hosting again. Don't forget to remove that host just in case.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
Here we go. There he is. I can see you.
Now I'm just waiting for it to stop freezing and pick up Tabletop Simulator.
Yep. Is it raining by you or something? Or there was just like a random thing?
You know what? It's not raining. It's not windy. There's no reason for my internet to be like this. My provider just sucks.
Who are you with?
I'm with Shaw.
Never heard of those guys. I mean, by us it's like what? Videotron, Bell, and what was it? Rogers, I think, in Quebec. It's the big ones. Alright, I see you in there. Give me a second. Like your name is like hiding under. It might still be loading. But that's all good. Alright, let me put this back on top. So some of your viewers came by my chat to give me a follow and they scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, that would probably be Tackman and Argon.
Yep.
So everything is blowing up here.
Yeah, I see you in the tabletop, but I don't see you in your seat. Yeah, I see you gone. team might be down. What the hell?
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick restart. Probably take 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, do you think? No worries. Shit happens. Alright, we'll wait it out. Sorry about this, guys. It's out of our control. I mean, we have played a couple of ones together, and this is the first time it has done this. This sucks, though. Na 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 na. I would sing, but I sing very badly, so I'm not gonna put you guys through that horror. Because I can't go terrible with that one. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys ever played this one. I mean, it's hard. I mean, we need to get this guy to 0. That's his life. And this thing cannot go to 0. It starts at like 30. We have this up. Gravehold suffer 3 damage. This up. This at least happens after this. But if you get a bad Rageborn, it's trouble. And this one, if you have a lot of Fury, those little tokens here, then that's a lot of trouble. So we can't let this guy live, but yeah, this is trouble. I'm gonna go and probably open one of these next. It's 3. They're showing in the wrong side here. It really annoys me. I'm gonna try to fix that myself. I don't know if there is a way I can do that. Yeah, this will turn it. That's not exactly what I want to do. There's a lot of stuff in here, but I don't know exactly how it all works. Auto raise, tooltip. When pick it up, I'll show what this will be attached to it. No, never. Custom. See, what I need to do is change this, because it's probably showing wrong. Because if you look at this, this should not show like this. It should show the arrow, like the beginning and the end of the arrow should be down right now because we didn't turn those. So it needs to show like it's here. It's kind of confusing. But if you turn those give an extra damage on cast. So, you know, maybe I should have done that. It might not be a bad idea to focus on that, but sometimes you just don't have enough ether. And this is almost full. Any ally draw 4 cards. So if he has a lot of good spells, I can say, here, draw 4. And then he might be able to unleash on the boss. But I don't think that's the case right now, so. yeah, I kinda do the singing stuff, you know, just to mess around. I like System of a Down a lot, and when I was younger, we would just sing like idiots, and it was just a lot of fun. I think I have like a CD somewhere with us singing, and then it was like, it's like so freaking terrible, but it's like it's kind of funny, you know. To us, it was funny, you know. We had like act like we're high and we're not, you know. It's just like it's ridiculous. We are ridiculous. I just don't want to keep without him because he was asking something about this dude. I'm gonna check this though. Okay, it's one of us next. Well, I think it doesn't have a choice. Okay, so the next street turn, it's us, so we have to try to take down as much stuff as possible. Those street is nothing we can do about them. They're there. They're just... it just gets harder and harder. Like, I did some research. So I did a game earlier of this by myself, and I messed up a couple times with the rules, or, you know, a couple things like the power. I thought that every time it had to happen, but it's really not how it is. So if it says power 3, you have to put 3 little tokens on it, and you have 3 turns until it happens. So sometimes they will happen no matter what, but sometimes you can get to discard it so that the problem doesn't happen. But right now we're not. I have 2 life left. He has plenty though. He has like 8. But once someone dies, like if he hits me, then the damage goes to Gravehold. And no, that's trouble. Gravehold, graveyard. Gravehold. So yeah. But let's see what we have here. See, this is good too. Cast deal 2 damage, deal 1 additional damage for each of your open breached. But I like this one also. It's pretty good. It's not bad. The next time you're focused on open a breach this turn, it costs 3 or less, or destroy this, do 1 damage. I might need to go for that. You may discard a card if you do any allied draw a card. So if you know that the next one is them, that can be good. Consuming Void. Destroy up to 2 cards in hand. Deal 3 damage for each card destroyed in this way. So you can do 6 damage. So that's probably something you want to use at the end. Because otherwise you lose cards. Well, you could destroy Ether. It's probably what you want to do. Yeah, that makes sense. So you could destroy some Ether here. When, you know, you're not going to buy much. Maybe. Because then you would use Ether only for your little power here. I did not hear from GS again. I'm guessing he's still rebooting. Because I don't know, maybe I can finish it solo if he cannot come back. I can just restart the next turn. I'll do his hand and, you know, all that. So you guys can still see it. Because this is our first one that we did. We'll play it again, I'm sure. I mean, I think it's a nice game. It's just hard. Like, this is supposed to be the starting boss, but some people say this one is easier. Ugh. Yuck. I don't know. But yeah, apparently that one might be easier to play. But I'm gonna review the rules, but I think I got it now. I think those just stays. And this sucks. Having to do them every time. I mean, you just have to be quick to kill the boss. So. We'll see. I'm very sorry about this, guys. I don't want to bore you with, you know, doing nothing. So that's why I'm trying to talk about stuff. So, yeah, well, then, the next one we're gonna learn is Dark Souls. And after that, I would like to do Mage Knight. I'll see what the dungeon wants to do, because so far we played, well, actually, One Deck Dungeon, we both wanted to play it. That one, I wanted to learn it. Dark Souls, he wants to learn it, so I want to see also what he wants. Because it's nice to have Tabletop Simulator to just learn about the games. So, I mean, I'm all about getting a physical copy, you know, support the developers and all that. But this one is like $70, but I might just have gotten some money, so I might buy it on Amazon. I don't know. I'll get the One Deck Dungeon first. I had this time game called Fuse. I don't know if any of you guys play that. I'm thinking of getting that too, in a 5-minute dungeon. They're like time games, and if you don't do the objective by the time the end of the timer, you lose. So that looks like a lot of fun too. And I watched this guy called Super Sudzo. He hasn't streamed in a couple days, but yeah, he was streaming all time games like that, and yeah, it gets you pumping with him, you know, you because of the delay in Twitch, you cannot just say, oh, do this, do this, do this. And so there's no point in using the chat to tell him what to do. You just have to hope that he sees what you see, or that he thinks of a better thing, and it's just like it's very interesting. But yeah, so I might grab those. I'm looking, you know, to grab a couple of months, a couple games here and there, because my compared to Dungeon, my collection is very, very small. It's crap. Alright, I haven't heard from him yet. I'm assuming he's still restarting. Yeah, once I hear back from him, if he thinks he cannot play, I'll just ask him if I can finish this for him. And then we can always play later. Because it's not a campaign thing, from what I know. Actually, is it? I don't think it is. I have the book here. You can, well, no, I don't think so. Oh. That's like, oh, the player are victorious if any of the following conditions are true.
Alright, so it's going to take a few minutes because OBS just fucked me.
He's back. What happened?
All of my scenes are gone.
You might be able to import those in, right? I thought you could do that. Ooh, that's nasty. I've never done that though, but I know it's possible. Import scenes. OBS. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you should be able to re-import them, maybe. I think I did that once in the past. He has a nice setup. That would suck that he has to re-import everything in. He said a couple minutes though, so I'm assuming maybe that's what he's doing. OBS is pretty good though. I mean, I think he can just import them back in. Those are usually saved. So unless something happened to, I mean, only his computer, not his computer, his internet crashed. So it's not like, you know, his computer crashed and he lost the files. I think it's still there. Maybe it's just a setting thing. I don't know. OBS is nice though. It's a very nice software. But I don't remember how you import things. I know you can. I just don't remember. I don't think I ever had to do it. Let's just say that. I don't know. Show settings folder. Basic. Yeah, so you can re-import them back in. They're like Java thing. If you look in your settings. So you should still have those. Oh, but they're oh. They're in roaming? That might be bad. I want to change where the settings are. Yeah, where the settings are, I think that's the problem. There must be a way to change that. So that might be what happened. Like, his cache got cleared maybe, but those are not temporary file. I think this is different. It reminds me of how like Spotify installs. It goes into this roaming folder. You might be alright. It's crap without either way. You know, that's just bad thing. Sucks. Like it's all in roaming. It's like an app data roaming. waits for us, the bad guardian. Sucks, sucks, it sucks. Ugh. I want to go and play games. I want to wait. Too deep down in the dark. It's the Black Guardian. From our path if we lose our way. Come on. I'm ready to go play. Yeah, yeah. Let's go play. I blame him for it all. Who was he sending this to? What's that? Because I'm ready to just go. Alright, so what do we have here? So I want to think of the next time this guy goes. You'll lose all of his things, and then you'll get... zero. You'll only get one thing. And then you'll unleash again. You'll have 2. And then we'll get 2 damage to Gravehold. And then whatever else is here. So if we leave it there, we still take 2 damage. Minimum. And then whatever else happens. I'm telling you. Oh. I hear sounds. I think Mr. Dungeon might be on his way back. I hope. Mr. Dungeon, let's go. We shall go. We lose our way. Still waiting. I'm still waiting, waiting. Na 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 na. I hear more sound. Are we ready? Are we going? Time shall tell. Time shall tell. I mean, he's there. Might just be getting his stuff ready. Am I? Am I funny? My husband is usually the funny one. You know, he's the funny one. But you know. Oh, what's that? What is this? What is this? What is this thing? Hold on, I found something. Promoting Liara. Who's that? Some punk? Liara. Woo! Woo! Eh. Come on. I have all this I need to spend. I have one prepared spell. I really want to buy something though. I really want to buy. Shh. I'm gonna buy this. I think. No, I can't. 6. It's too expensive. I can't have it. I can't have it. Can't be mine. So I'll have to go with this one. Or this one. I might go for this one so I can get some better stuff. Burning opal. We'll go for the opal. Oh, I kind of want to open a breach too. Is there a way for me to take advantage of both? This one is 4. This one is 3. And then I could buy this. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that. I'll open a breach and I'll take this. So it can cost 3 or less. Because that one is 4 and then it cost me only 1. Got it. Pyro. This is a co-op game, but I guess I'm winning because Dungeon is his internet crapped out, so I guess woohoo for me. He's with one of those I guess not cool Canadian company that I never heard about for internet. So I'm just waiting on him and you know, talking shit on chat. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. But we're getting wrecked, kind of. I have 2 life. Inferior Canadian internet. I don't know. I mean, it depends who you're with and where you're at. Bell is pretty good. They're getting better anyway. I mean, fiber, you know. If we go to Canada, you know, and I guess we need to make sure that we get we go in the good spot, in the good internet spot. I like how those 2 they fit together. I like it. I mean, it's just very hard. There's definitely some thinking to it. So you cannot shuffle your deck. So your deck never gets shuffled. But you decide when you discard it, how, in what order things go in. So you can affect which cards you get first. So there's some strategy involved. I like it. I think it's a nice game. You know, I like the concept. It's a nice concept. It's just, it's not easy. It's because all you do is you fight this boss and any minions that he sends to you. And you have things like, so everybody's a mage. And you have to, okay. He just logged to the simulator, so I think he's on his way. So you have to open breaches so you can use more spells. So you then like mages. Maybe you'll like that just because it's mages. But yeah, you're protecting this town, pretty much. Gravehold, it's called. Has 30 life when it starts. Now it has 19, and we're possibly in trouble. Once it gets to 0, you lose, pretty much. I think that's what it is. Or all the players are exhausted. I have 2 life left, so I can't really afford to get hit. But there's a card that like hits you like a truck. So, but I think. See, now we got the Nemesis twice in a row. So we'll the next 3 turn it's us. So we'll get to go 3 times in a row. So maybe we can get some damage, get rid of this guy especially. This guy's nasty. Especially if there's a lot of fury on the boss. I mean, I was looking at it and we'll end up with 2 fury after everything's said and done. So, yeah, and the boss has a lot of health. This guy had like 70 to start. It's crazy. It's like, it's very crazy. But I have an idea what I'm going to do on my turn, depending on what he does. So, we'll see. We'll see what he does. I don't see, there he is. Hopefully he's all good. and then we can keep going. I'm very sorry, guys. Like I said, out of my control here. Can't do anything about it.
I'm only sorta in.
Okay. I see him. Ooh. Guess it's a little...
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Yeah, I think he doesn't hear me. Oh, gosh. What is this?
I cannot hear you for some reason.
Can you hear anything, though? Well. Alright, I guess I'll be an extra minute. I do. He's letting the stream down. Yeah, it's okay. Stuff happened. I've been enjoying playing with him, trying all those new games, you know. But, yeah. It sucks. Because so far we never had issues. I've never seen his internet crash other than when he had all those big storms. So, I don't know. It just sucks.
I don't even know if it sounds good on my stream because I had to put settings on.
So, were you able to re-import your scenes in? Yeah, that's right. He can't help. He can't hear me. Duh. So, Pyro, I got 70 bucks from the gift card so far.
Alright, can you hear me alright?
Yeah, can you hear me alright? I don't think he can hear me.
Are you pushing your push to talk?
Hello, 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 hello.
Weird, it's not showing you pushing to talk at all.
I mean, you guys can hear me on stream, right?
Technology hates us.
Okay, obviously you hear me. Let me get off of Discord.
So it's got something to do with Discord then. Try talking.
Oops, I just closed it.
Can you hear in here?
Can you hear me in here? Can you hear me in here?
I can. It sounds like you're in a bathtub, but I can hear you.
I closed the other thing and I'm reopening it.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, you just can't hear us. Can you hear me now? I guess not. Alright, I guess you can't hear me, so I guess we're gonna have to... I'm gonna at least have to use this. I can hear you.
No, I can hear you.
Now you can? Test, test, test. You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Alright, so, I think we just, when we left, the minion just came out. I'm gonna have to try to get rid of him.
Yeah.
I went through the probability from the stuff before, and he would at least damage us by 2. But there's at least 3 turns in a row that is us, so we just have to try to take him down. You know, things like that. So let's keep going.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fix stuff as we go. So.
Sure. Well, it's your turn, so you can go, and then I'll just keep going. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Pat roll because you're far away. Very far away.
All right. So let's remember how to play.
Yeah, no night bot in here tag.
So I have a spell that can deal damage.
Yep, so I would use it on this. We want to get rid of that provoker. He can be huge trouble. I'll be able to damage him too. So if you have anything you can prepare to for next turn, that would be great. You know, or open some of those last breach. I don't know, but we have a couple turns to try to take that thing down. Because I think that creature can be a lot of trouble.
Okay, so I have one spell. I guess it'll deal damage to him for 1.
To the monster, right?
Yeah. And then I have 5 shards. 4 shards, I guess. Because 1 is... I'm going to give you a life.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I was in trouble here. I don't know that I need a night bot. I'm gonna do a trivia bot at some point. And I want to answer a bunch of trivia questions about board games. So every time I'll play a game, I'll find a couple things and I'll enter it in. So for this game, like how many life Gravehold has, you know, and then people will have to say what it is, and there will be a point system or something. I'm thinking of doing something stupid like that.
I guess I'll grab Amplify Vision. Seems pretty decent. Unless you want it.
No, I was looking at a couple of other things here. You can take that one. Yeah, what was I gonna do? No, I did not want to do that. I was gonna get the flexing dagger. Oh, my
Alright,
turn.
I guess that's your turn.
Actually, no. It's your turn again.
Okay, then. That's right, because it doesn't bounce.
Correct. What I'm thinking of taking, though, is that flexing dagger.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I'm gonna open a breach. Let's see what happens here. I can't tell what he has in his hand because they set it up for me to not see it. It doesn't really matter. It's definitely full co-op. See, he gets to prepare 2. I'm opening a breach.
So if I get a spell, I have 5.
Well, Ascend stuff is pretty good. Like that burning opal too. It gives you extra ether, so it's good too for you know, so you can buy something more expensive.
Yeah, I think I'll take the essence theft.
Yeah, it's a nice skill, especially if you can, let's say, on a future turn, open one of the 2 other breaches. Those do an extra damage too, so they're worth opening.
Actually, I have 6 if I get a spell. So maybe I'll grab Planar Insight because I get 3 with the red, 2 with the green, and 1 with the crystal.
Yeah, and then open all your breaches, and that should be very good.
Yeah, exactly. If we live that long.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, I'm done.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do 1 damage to this asshole provoker. Language I know. I'm gonna open a breach. Right, 3. And I was gonna buy the flexing dagger. And that's it. 3, 4, boom, 5. It's not bad. Now we have to take that. And I hope we don't get... Alright, Nemesis turn out. Awesome. Okay, so we have to do all the abilities. He strikes. That asshole. So strike is here. The player collectively discard the 2 most expensive prep spell. So I guess that's you.
Yes, it is.
At least it didn't damage us, but it's still trouble. So that was a strike.
That would have been nice to have 2 damage on him.
Yeah. Unleash. There's only 1. That's 4. Unleash. Oh, well, he lost 3. I forgot to remove the fury from the strike. So actually, he ends up with 2. Okay. And then he has two more. And now he's getting his new card.
We're definitely behind the 8 ball in this game.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel right now about it. Yeah.
Well, so what is this? To discard, lose 4 charges. Well, I have a lot of charges. And power 2, unleash 4 times. Ugh.
Yeah, unleashing 4 times? No, thank you.
No, we don't want so many fury on him. But that's his turn. Alright, it's you. Let's see what he's doing. Our little friend.
Alright, let's see if I can do anything. I'm going to pay 3 to open or breach.
You guys can hear him okay on the stream, right?
And I'll pay this 1 to give you a health. And that's my turn.
Okay. How many is this one? It's 4. I only have 1. I'm gonna use my shard to do damage to this provoker because I don't trust him.
Okay.
I would rather have this one first. And now he only has 1 health back. That's a 4. And I'm gonna use my relic to open my last breach. Because it costs 3 less. Put this one first.
Makes sense.
Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go, sir. Start again.
Okay, so 1 damage.
To the provoker?
Yeah, I didn't realize there was another one. Oh, I see. It's dead now.
Yep.
And I'll pay 4 to breach my, or over my last breach.
Okay. Alright, what's this guy? Lose 4 charge. I might do that.
And then I'll play that spell. And that'll be my turn.
Alright, Mr. Boss goes. He strikes.
Are we worried about the blood cry?
I'll get rid of him when it's our turn again.
Okay.
Gravehold for 5 damage. 5 damage to Gravehold. Woohoo! Yes, this is fucking nasty. But he lose 3. 2. I don't think he has any more, does he? It's hard to tell sometimes. Hold on. I'm gonna move this a little bit. Okay, unleash. If there are 2 nemesis, there's 2 nemesis in the deck, I'm thinking, right?
Yep.
Unleash.
Wait,
again.
I think he took the turn first.
What's that?
You said there were 2 nemesis in the deck?
In the discard.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Okay. So he's unleash again. Gravehold takes 3 damage. Holy shit, this is not looking good. And then we draw a new card. Wow, okay.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, so it's a persistent, it's a minion. So while he's in play, we're in trouble. The player with the lowest life suffer 2 damage, or any player discards a prep spell that costs 3 ether or more.
And that's per turn?
Yeah, starting next turn. It's nasty. Alright. So... So, to avoid, let's say, someone dying, I mean, we need to get rid of him quick, or we need to always make sure we have a very high spell on. So you amplify vision would do 3 damage, right? And I can do 1 damage right now. We won't kill that minion, I'm assuming.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we can leave him alive too, but we need to make sure that there is always a high spells there. So you amplify vision, for example, and you would have to keep it there and put him back every time for this guy. Until we get something else that is high, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna use my charge to get rid of that blood cry.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm gonna do, I guess, 1 damage to the boss. It's just shit. Yeah, this is rough.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna prep a spell. Now I have 4. I can't. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and use those 4 to put some charges, and then I'll use that thing. So there's definitely some strategy involved in this game. Now before I go, I'm gonna put this a little bit more. And I'm gonna unleash this. I'm gonna wait. Activate during your main phase. This is my main phase. So I'm just gonna wait for him to come back to let him know to draw 4 cards. That way you might be able to do a lot of stuff. Hopefully. So we'll just wait on him for a second. I'm having fun in GS chat. Spamming things. Because that's what I do best. Not really, but might as well. While I wait for him to come back. I'm gonna listen to my sad little music. Okay, it's not sounding like that. I think I'm so funny, I'm so funny. Oh, the sad little song.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, so I was waiting for you to come back. So I'm gonna use my charge, and you will draw 4 cards. So you'll have a lot, shitload of stuff that you can use. Hopefully. See, one thing we didn't take the time to do is see if we could get a good combo.
I have a lot of crystals.
Alright, buy the whole market. Go, go, go. And spam it. Spam it. As long as he can use the market well. I think he can.
You crazy.
Well, actually, I go first.
Well, there you go. How did we get rid of that power one? The one that needed 4 charges. Didn't you get rid of all your charges?
I filled it back up.
Oh, okay. You had that much.
Yeah, I was pretty high. All right.
Yeah, so OBS deleted all of my overlays. They're all gone.
So if you looked in your settings, it wasn't there anymore? Because that's how you can import them back in, I think. Oh, wow.
Totally not there anymore. Just
what the hell?
Gone.
Okay, all my things are open.
And the weird thing was, when I opened it after I crashed, it made me open like the user agreement again. So it's almost like it hadn't opened before.
That's strange. Alright, so I'm gonna use my spell. So that's 2 damage because it's on my last breach.
Yep. Oh, I guess I should have technically put my spell on one of my last ones.
No, we're probably gonna... You don't want to use that one, or at least you want to be careful because of that venomite.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna destroy my relic, so I guess this is out, and that does a damage to the boss. He's there standing at like 58 health.
Oh yeah, we're ants trying to beat him up, that's all.
I'm gonna go and cast the spell now, so he takes 2 more damage.
Okay.
Technically, if you go through his whole deck and we don't die, then we win. But I think this might be a loss because it's at 6, and Gravehole is gonna take 3 damage to start.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have like 1 turn to fix this.
And we're just, I mean, this is our first game, really, right? So.
Yeah, I think too. We might want to check the character more and see if 2 of them work well together, stuff like that. Anyway, let's see. That's gonna be it for my turn, so let's see who's next. Oh, it's me again.
Yep, sure is.
I'm gonna prepare this. Ah, jeez. Can't use it. Because if I can get 5, I can use this one. Alright, that's it for me. Your turn. Alright, so I don't know what you have in your hand, but I know you have a high spell here that might be useful against Venomite, whatever. I mean, I can take only 1 hit from him. You know, so I mean, technically we could let him. I could take damage instead of you being forced to lose your spell. So, just something to think about. But he's there in that deck here. So after that,
I can heal you 1 health, but not very much, right? So.
Yeah.
I guess either way we lose in 2 turns. Technically.
I guess. I don't know what he means.
Because, I mean, the town's gonna die. So, I might as well use the spell. And you can take damage. Because, I mean, either way.
Yeah. Just whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. Like you said, it might not even matter at this point. Yeah, this is gonna be a
So
loss.
I deal 3 damage. I do have this spell, this planar insight spell. If all my if all of them are breached, can I focus to cast it immediately still?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because I would deal 6 and we could kill that small guy.
Well, I would rather just take the damage. Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, like you said, it probably doesn't matter unless we get lucky. Like you said, though, that's the only thing is I don't know is about the focus part.
Yeah.
Until you then, I'm gonna take a look and see if I can find anything about that, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter in this case, but it could matter next time.
Yeah, it says focus a breach, so I think you can focus any breach if you want. You just have to check, I guess what the cost is. That's what I'm not sure. So you have to turn it for a second and then like that and see how much it costs.
Yeah.
Let me turn mine instead of his.
Because, I mean, that would cost 4, and then I would deal 6 damage. I don't know. I mean, most games, if you can't see it because you flipped it over, you can't do it, but...
Well, you know, I mean, I can research that later, but I can, for now, let's just say that you can. I'm gonna have to check on that one.
4.
I really don't know that it's possible. Yeah, for the win. I'm sure we'll win.
And then I'll give you 1 health. And then I put a charge.
Ah, the nemesis. How nice.
How nice. It's so nice that he gets to take a turn for a change.
We have to discard our the two most expensive prep spell. I'll discard one and you'll discard one because it's gonna be your turn afterwards.
Okie dokie.
So that was the strike. You unleash. There's 2. Oh, this is nasty. He unleashes again. So I'm gonna take 2 damage from that venom bite.
Sure are.
And let's see what we get next. Let's see what we get next here. Oh, it's an attack. Unleash twice and Gravehold suffer 3 damage, or place the most recently discarded minion in the Nemesis discard pile back into play.
Oh.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a loss. I'm assuming we're doing the card just to survive for another day.
Yeah. This is one of those games that seems like it doesn't scale very well for just 2 players.
Oh, apparently it can be harder with 4 players, so I don't know.
Wait, so what changes though for 4 players? Oh, is there 4 Nemesis cards for 4 players?
No, there is more basic cards. The deck of the boss is bigger, so I mean, I don't know. That's what I read, but I don't know how true it is. Anyway. You go, sir. We have 52 health to remove. Go, go, go. In, like, not a lot of turns.
In, like, this turn. Okay, I can remove 1.
Well, 2 health, because it's the third breach.
It's a +1, yeah.
Oh, this is so screwy. Oh my god, we're so screwed. It's okay, though. What is he buying? Oh, okay.
There we go.
Oh my god, okay. This is it. There's no point, I think.
Yeah, I think the town dies. You can take the 2 damage, but I think the town dies.
Well, no, because, yeah, the unleash happens before the Gravehold suffer. So, unless strikes can be nice, but I don't think they can.
No, I don't think so. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I suffered 2 damage. That's part of the strike.
Holy shit. You just get even double wrecked.
Yeah, so yeah, that's it. We die. The town is destroyed.
Hey, but we didn't die, so we can run away and like pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, live her. But apparently from the lore of the game, I guess this is the last town on Earth or something, so there's nothing.
Oh, well, that's kind of depressing as it is.
Yeah, isn't it?
Like, it doesn't matter anyway, you just get wrecked.
Yeah, so I think that's normal mode. You can play the game a little easier with like having 2 extra health and the town has a little bit more health but yeah, this is normal mode. Well, actually this is between beginner and expert, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was decent and I could totally see how the game could be good.
Yeah, from just playing it, I my thing was like, no, it's not a bad game. It's just hard. It's a hard game. You have to think. You have to think of, what spell should I get next, or, what could happen, or whatever, things like that.
And did you just randomly choose that boss, or did it suggest that as your first one?
That was the suggestion. I read online that maybe the Carapace Queen is better, but it's not supposed to be, I don't know. I mean, we also I took the market. One of the marketplace was from the book too, and there is supposed to be in those decks. There's supposed to be a card that had like the borders different, so you can randomize what you get in there. So yeah, things like that.
Yeah, like other deck builders are like that too. So I can definitely see this being a solid game. I think my issue would be learning what to put in my discard pile at the right time.
Yeah, exactly. That's a lot about that. So, I mean, and you can get unlucky too with the strike being all on Gravehold or all on the same player. I mean, we didn't end up dying or anything, but yeah, you have to think about that and, oh, what what spell should I take first? I mean, should I focus on the boss? Should I focus on the monster, the minions? You know, I think it's just a very, I think it can be very strategic, which I'm usually not a fan of those kind of games, but I think this is something I can get on board with.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to stop stream for now, and if you want to chat on Discord about setting up like a talk show type thing.
Yep, I'll come over and we can talk about that. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this stream. So shorter stream, but we're gonna talk about our talk show stuff that we're thinking of doing. So that's probably something that will start in October, and it's gonna be a talk show about board games. So I think that could be a lot of fun. You know, I know Dungeon is very good at talking. You know, I just think he's nice. He's fun to listen to. So you know, and you find some very good stuff to talk about. So stay tuned on that. Looks like my vacation is canceled. Probably, I'll know for sure tomorrow. So they'll be streaming, because I was gonna be forced to take a break for like 2 weeks. So anyway, we'll see about all that. And so thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, I don't know. We'll probably play this again. I don't know when. We're gonna play some Dark Souls probably in the next 2 weeks, and I'm hoping Mage Knight. And yeah, we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, guys, and you all have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys later.